Come on. Come on. You done? Come on, one more try. Come on, you can do it, you can do it. All right, let's go around. Come on, let's go around. Let's go around. There you go. Good boy. All right, first thing on the agenda. Second thing on the agenda, I want to talk about the rest of day 2. First thing we did, met the neighbors, started off with a great introduction to them. Second thing I wanted to do was walk the property and see exactly where I want to start clear cutting first. Did I want to start in the back where the actual house will be going? Did I want to start on the driveway? Did I want to maybe make a path or something like that so I could get through all of the building envelope on my property? And during that site walk, I pretty much decided that I wanted to cut out an area near the road so that I could park my car on the property, because the lot as it stands right now is heavily wooded. Absolutely nothing has been cleared except for a few small walking paths that I guess over time people made. After the site walk, I began transporting my gear for clear cutting. Now, I only have 3 things that I actually used. I had the chainsaw, I had hedge clippers, and I had branch cutters. And of course, those are for varying degrees of clearing. Chainsaw, trees, down branches. Hedge clippers are for the small underbrush, and then the branch cutters are for any branch that is too small for the chainsaw, too excessive for the chainsaw, but still needs to be cleared and can't be cut in half with the hedge clippers. So it's kind of a, baby bear, mama bear, papa bear kind of thing. As soon as I got all my tools to that area, I actually began the process of clear cutting. And again, my goal was to clear cut a spot to park my car. Before I show the first cut that I did, I want to talk about the proper way to actually cut down a tree. And it's not that complicated. Just take a tree, imagine a tall, straight tree. On one side, you want to make kind of a wedge cut. So you want to do maybe like a 45 degree on this end, and then a 45 degree coming up from the bottom. And then on the back side of the tree, what you want to do is take your chainsaw and do kind of another 45 degree coming into right where that point is between the wedge. And what that will do is that'll pretty much cause the tree to slowly start tipping and tipping and tipping and tipping towards the wedge until the whole thing just topples over. And of course, before you actually make any of the cuts, you want to strap a ratchet strap to the tree itself and then take it out to another tree just as a precautionary, because even though that cut might seem perfect or something, if the blade's off or angled this way or that way a little bit, instead of the tree falling nice and over like that, it might start leaning to the left or the right as opposed to just going straight down like that. So if you come on with a chainsaw like that, the tree's probably going to fall like that. And what I just explained to you happened in my first cut. I will say my first cut was pretty sloppy. I did a few things that I could have done better. I had my wedge too high up on the tree. Now, if this was a tree I was actually going to use to build the cabin, I would have been losing maybe about 6 inches of usable tree. Granted, it was just a trash tree, just a little rugrat tree that I didn't really need. However, keep that in mind. Do a couple practice cuts on your garbage trees, the ones that you can't use if you plan on cutting. But when it comes down to making the cuts on the trees that you're going to use for your building, make sure that you're doing those cuts perfectly. My wedge, a little sloppy. My entry cut on the backside, I started teetering, trying to get the last little bit of the wedge to connect with my back cut. And what that did was it caused the tree to do exactly what I said. If you don't come in straight with the chainsaw, you're going to start having the tree want to fall to your right or fall to your left a little bit. Now, the reason I'm filming with my phone and not with my GoPro is because my GoPro is on another part of my body right now. Let me introduce you guys to Crotch Cam. As you can see, I already got the strap on there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a triangle cut on the inside right here. And then I'm going to have a diagonal cut along this side on the back side so that the tree hopefully falls the way of the ratchet strap. Now again, this guy might be about 15 feet or so. And I've got the ratchet strap on there because he's kind of close, not really, to the power line. And I don't want everyone to lose power and I don't want to kill myself.
A few moments later.
So a few things I didn't get on camera. I didn't get cleaning up the stump. And to do that, you pretty much can just cut it into smaller wedges. That typically seems to be the easiest way to do it. Or if the tree is small enough, you can possibly go parallel with the ground. However, I don't recommend that. There's too many things that could go wrong, and it's just not worth it. So what I did was I just took tiny little wedges out here and there until I had it low enough where it wasn't going to pop a tire or my car could get over it. The other few things I didn't get on camera was cleaning up some of the smaller branches and cleaning up some of those small bushes that you saw on the ground. And again, hedge clippers, branch cutters, it was all clear. So my next tentative step is to get in touch with the township and present them my tentative plans. And as soon as they give me the okay to go ahead, I can start measuring out exactly where the driveway is going to go, where the house itself is going to go, and all those little things like that, subsurface utilities. Because if I start clear cutting and say it's off by a couple feet or something like that, then I'm pretty much. And that's just a waste of time. So, those are my major next tentative steps. While that's happening, because I don't know how long that process takes, it usually varies between townships, I'm going to be making some small videos here and there about maybe the buying process of the land, how I came to choose the land that I did. I might make a video on the campground, because I did camp out that night after I met my neighbors and clear cut the first tree. I might just do a little small here and there videos like that, so we'll go from there.
So, GoPro died. I'm going to charge that tomorrow. I just wanted to wrap up everything that happened today. Everything we got done. So,